What would you do if a stranger, dressed in elegance, smiled at you on a foggy night, but never walked past? This is not just a story. It's a puzzle you can't forget once you hear it. Stay with me until the end, and you'll discover the truth that most people miss. It might even change the way you see the people around you. It began on a quiet street in the old part of the city. The lamps flickered. The air smelled of wet stone after the rain. Some say they saw him first outside the bookshop. Others say he stood by the bridge, looking down at the black water. He wore a green cloak, the shade of deep pine, and a hat with a low brim. No one knew his name, yet everyone remembered his eyes, calm, almost kind. At first, the townsfolk called him the gentleman. They said he was polite, soft-spoken, and always paid in silver coins that looked older than the city itself. But then, people began to vanish. And each time, the last person to see them was the same, the man in the green cloak. The police searched, but they found nothing. No bodies, no blood, no clues. It was as if the missing had stepped off the edge of the world. Still, whispers grew in every cafe and street corner. Some said he was a ghost, walking among the living for reasons unknown. Others claimed he was a nobleman fallen from grace, hiding his past behind fine manners and old coins. One rainy evening, a young journalist named Clara decided she would follow him. She waited near the bookshop, notebook in hand, pretending to read. When the green cloak appeared through the mist, her heart pounded. He did not hurry, nor look around. He simply walked, his steps soft as falling snow, until he reached the old bridge. Clara followed, keeping to the shadows. He stopped at the middle of the bridge, leaned over, and dropped something into the water. The ripples spread wide, swallowing the moonlight. She strained to see, but all she caught was the faint glint of metal before it vanished beneath the surface. The gentleman straightened. Slowly, he turned to face her. Up close, his eyes were darker than she had imagined. Calm, yes, but with a depth that felt like standing at the edge of a well. Because, he said softly, "You are not the first." He stepped closer. Not fast, not threatening. Just close enough that Clara could see the faint line of a scar running from his temple to his jaw. His gloved hand lifted, not to strike, but to offer her something. In his palm lay a silver coin, wet and cold, carved with a symbol she didn't recognize. The exact same kind of coin the victims were last seen with. Would you like me to reveal the chilling twist in the next section? That's where the make people think goal really hits. Clara stared at the coin, her pulse racing. "What is this?" she asked. The gentleman tilted his head. "A choice," he said. His voice was so calm it made the words feel heavier. "You take it, and you will understand. But once you understand, you can never go back." The rain whispered on the bridge. The city around them was silent, as if holding its breath. Clara thought of the missing people, of the families who still waited for answers. She thought of the stories, the ghost, the nobleman, the killer. Her fingers twitched toward the coin. He watched her with that same patient stare. "Most people take it," he murmured. "They think they can change the ending." She hesitated. "And if I don't?" He smiled, not warm, not cruel, just certain. "Then you'll keep wondering, and wondering is its own prison." The coin lay between them, glistening under the faint streetlight. Clara's hand moved. She didn't know if it was courage or curiosity guiding her. When her fingers closed around the cold metal, the gentleman leaned in close and whispered 4 words that made her knees weaken. "You're part of it. Do you want me to write the final reveal in Moral Punch now, so it fully delivers that make people think ending?" The moment Clara felt the coin in her hand, the street around her seemed to blur. The bridge, the mist, the rain, all faded into a strange, dim room. The air smelled of old wood and candle smoke. She wasn't alone. Dozens of people stood in a circle. Some she recognized from missing posters. None spoke, but every one of them held a coin just like hers. Their faces were calm, almost peaceful, but their eyes had the same depth as the gentleman's. He stepped forward. "Now you see," he said, "this is not about killing. It's about choosing." Clara looked at the others. No chains, no locks. Yet none of them moved toward the door. "Why don't they leave?" she whispered. The gentleman smiled faintly, because the world out there no longer feels like home once you know the truth. Clara's mind raced. Was this a cult? A trap? Or was there really something so wrong with the world that staying here felt safer? She thought of the bridge, the rain, the life she had, and she realized the real danger was not him. It was the choice she had made without knowing why. Door closing. And the coin, still warm in her palm. Some say Clara is still there, standing in the circle. And if you ever meet a polite stranger in a green cloak who offers you silver, you'll have to wonder, what will you choose?